Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, as I just totally hawk up a loogie. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. This is Angel Benton, and you are watching Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television. I mean, do a few reality shows on the side. Now, one of the reality shows that we're doing is Young and the Restless. And basically, so here's what I've been doing. I started it last night with Days of Our Lives. As you can tell, I'm back in Las Vegas with my beautiful background. So here's the thing. So I'm going through every single nominee for the daytime Emmys, and then I'm going to highlight certain nominees from the specific shows that I'm doing, and then I'll tell you whether or not I think they're going to win and who I will think will win. Okay? So that's kind of how that I've been doing. That's how I'm doing this specific recap. Okay, so all right. So Young and the Restless. Well, first of all, let's just get this out of the way. All 4 shows are nominated for Writing Team and Best Show. So let's just say that right now, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so in terms of Outstanding Leading Actress in a Drama Series, there is Eileen Davidson as Ashley Abbott. Nancy Lee Grahn, she's on Young and the Restless. Nancy Lee Grahn is Alexis on General Hospital. Marcy Miller is Abigail on Days. Mara West as Ava Jerome on General Hospital, and Laura Wright as Carly Corinthos on General Hospital. Now, the only representative from Young and the Restless in this category is Eileen Davidson. And I just don't think that she had some good storyline, you know, the fight for Jabot with Jack, getting to know her mother, and getting Graham's goose, but I just felt like it wasn't that consistent. At least it wasn't as good of material as it was for who I will think will win, which will be Mara West. And I'll tell you more about that in the next episode about General Hospital. But yeah, I definitely think that this will go to her. But you know, if Eileen was nominated as Susan Banks, she'd lock that shit up. Like, I'm sorry, she would be a lock. I mean, Susan is the greatest character on daytime ever. I'm kind of doing something a little bit different. I've actually got my nominees written on my laptop, and it's actually making my lighting a lot better than it has been in the past. So I'm kind of liking it. Okay. So, in terms of Outstanding Leading Actor in a Drama Series, we have Peter Bergman, who plays Jack Abbott from Young and the Restless. Michael Easton, who plays Finn on General Hospital. John McCook, who plays Eric Forrester on Bold and Beautiful. Billy Miller, who played Jason, now he's playing Drew on General Hospital, and James Reynolds, who was Abe Carver. Now, the only Young and the Restless nominee here is Peter Bergman, and while he's just an amazing actor, I mean, what's so funny is that as much as they are, well, I'm sure they probably get along fine now, but, you know, there was a big dust-up between him and Eric Braeden many, many years ago, and there's been animosity on them, you know, ever since. But I've got to say they're both really good actors. They both are. They really are. But did Jack have enough meat in his material? Because he, again, also had to deal with Jabot, deal with Brash and Sassy, dealing with his mother and all that. I get it. But I think this one will go to Billy Miller for General Hospital, because out of all these guys, he's the one that had the most good stuff to play all year long. So, but I think Peter Bergman's fierce. And let me reiterate too, the way that these nominees are selected and the way they choose the winners is the nominees select out of 365 episodes. You know, they can only pick 2 episodes. And then they submit them to the Academy. So, I mean, and I could be wrong about all of this, because I'm coming at it from, I've seen this person's work for the entire year, because I've watched the shows, as you all know, and I've given my 2 cents, which is probably worth about 0, but whatever, I don't care. So I'm coming at it more from that way. So, like I said, any of these could be wrong, and I could be totally off target with this, but yeah. Anyways, all right. So, this is the one I've been waiting for all episode. I'm so excited I can finally get to talk about this. Okay. Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. Now, the nominees are Cameron Grimes, who plays Mariah on Young and the Restless. And you know what? She also had a short stint, a little tiny itty bitty stint as Cassie to Alice when she got Alice tied up and shit. Remember that? Susan Seaforth Hayes as Julie Williams on Days of Our Lives. Elizabeth Hendrickson, who plays Chloe on Young and the Restless. Interesting. Jackie McInnes Woods, who plays who plays Steffi Forrester on Bold and Beautiful, and then Michelle Morgan, who plays Hillary Curtis on Young and the Restless. So, oh wait, and there's one more. Marla Adams, who plays Dina fucking Mergeron. Okay, I'm sorry, but just give it to her. She has earned this award. All year long, she has done such an amazing job. And, you know, it kind of makes me a little bit upset. Now, don't get me wrong. Max Gale is incredible, and his storyline with Sunny is incredible. And I find it very strange that, you know, this year is Young and the Restless' 45th anniversary, and this year is also General Hospital's 55th anniversary, which they're both doing all-timer stories to introduce flashbacks from the past and stuff. The only reason, well, no, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why I think Young and the Restless is doing a better job is because, you know, as far as Mike goes on General Hospital, you know, Sonny's only been on the show for like the past, I don't know, 25 years. But Marla was on Young and the Restless, good Lord, at least 30 years ago. So she's got a little bit more of a history with the town and with everyone in it. So it's just ringing a little bit more true. Plus, we've seen it develop over time. Like, we didn't know. Why is she screaming at Jackie, don't you know I hate this man, when she was with Graham in Florida that one time? It's because she didn't know him. You know, she thought he was someone else. So, I mean, it's that type of stuff. She's incredible. She is incredible. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that Cameron Grimes is in this category because of her little confusion about her sexuality with, Mariah's sexuality on Young and the Restless. And, you know, Hillary, I feel like the writers were trying to get Hillary an Emmy. I just feel like they'd given her, it just seems like, you know, she's, like, I don't think she's a bad actress at all. In fact, oh my God, she was actually hilarious at the Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful fan club events that she co-hosted with Cameron Grimes. They were very funny, actually. But, yeah, so you can give this to Marla. Just give it to her. She's fierce. I will stand up. I will be there. I will stand up. I wish I could throw flowers at her because I think she's so phenomenal. But anyways, all right. So I'm calling this right now. This one will for sure go to Marla. Because what have I been talking about this whole year? Dina Mergeron. This whole fucking year. That's all I've been talking about. She's my favorite on Young and the Restless. So I'm all about it. Okay. So, supporting actor. We have Wally Kurth, who is nominated for his role as Ned Quartermain on General Hospital. Chandler Massey, who's Will Horton on Days. Anthony Montgomery, who plays Dr. Andre on General Hospital. Greg Rickhart, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I know it because it's spelled funky. As Kevin Fisher on Young and the Restless. And Greg Vaughn as Eric Brady. Now, here's the thing. The only Young and the Restless nominee, Greg Rickhart, I don't see him winning this because, A, he wasn't on the whole year, but like I said, they just need to show them 2 episodes. And B, he's on Days now. So on the one hand, it would be kind of dramatic if he won a fucking Emmy for his role on Young and the Restless so he can give a big FU to them. But I just don't see that happening. I think that Chandler Massey as Will Horton on Days had a much better year in terms of his storyline. But like I said, who knows which episodes were submitted. I certainly don't. Okay, now for the younger actress, we've got Rain Edwards, who plays Nicole on Bold and Beautiful. Haley Aaron, who plays Kiki Jerome on General Hospital. Kate Fairbanks, who plays Tessa on Young and the Restless. Olivia Rose Keegan, who plays Claire on Days. And Chloe Lanier, who plays, or Lanier, as Nell on General Hospital. Now, on the one hand, I agree with her in the younger actress category just because I don't think she should be in the same category as Mariah because she didn't have quite as much to play as Mariah did. Mariah's had a lot of that we've seen on screen. So in the way, I agree with that. Do I think that it was enough to win this? Possibly. Possibly. This one I'm calling as a tie between Kate Fairbanks and Haley Aaron, who plays Kiki Jerome at General Hospital. It could go to either one of them, to be honest with you. Okay, so now for younger actor, we've got Lucas Adams, who plays Trip on Days, Rome Flynn, who plays Zende Forrester, which, first of all, it's Zende Dominguez. It is not Zende Forrester. I hate that they do that. That's annoying. Tristan Lake Lebu, I never get that name right, as Reed on Young and the Restless. Casey Moss is J.J. Devereaux, and Hudson West is Jake Weber. I knew Hudson West was nominated. I knew it. His name was like written so far down. I didn't copy that, and I knew that I did. I knew that he was nominated. But so, last time I called Casey Moss, I'm kind of waffling between Casey Moss and Hudson West. I might change my mind by the time I film my GH episode next. But I don't think that Reed had enough good storyline this year to warrant this particular award. So I'm going to give this one to either Casey Moss or Hudson West. Okay. Now, outstanding guest performer in a drama series, and this is what's interesting. First of all, okay, so Ryan Ashton, who's not Ashton Ryan, the gay porn star. This is Ryan Ashton, the daytime television actor. You can tell because on Twitter, he's at J. Ryan Ashton, and then Ashton Ryan is at Ashton Ryan 05. It's really crazy, right? But, okay, so he's nominated for his role as Zach. Now, I'm curious as to what... Well, first of all, his name is Zach Stinnett, and on the fucking website it has him listed as Zach Sinnett. Unprofessional. Okay. And then we've got Rob Derringer, who plays Scooter Nelson. I don't even know who that is. John Enos, who plays Roger on Days of Our Lives. Both of them are from Days of Our Lives. Morgan Fairchild. Now, this is the only category where men are competing against women. So Morgan Fairchild is nominated as Angelica, and Bernie Watson as Stella. Now, I don't know what constitutes a supporting actor from a guest performer. Because as far as I'm concerned, both Ryan Ashton and Bernie Watson should be in supporting categories. They shouldn't be in this guest performer. I feel like maybe they didn't have enough people in it or something, but I feel like they should have been nominated. They are kind of in wrong categories. So I don't think he did a bad job as Zach, actually. Although, but that wasn't his fault. But for the writing, we could totally tell that, that he was behind the sex ring. We knew that right from a while ago. But I feel like John Enos, whatever, as Roger. Roger was very integral to that storyline, and you can tell he was a guest performer because he was only on for a very short amount of time. All of these others, I don't even know who Scooter is. I'm sorry, it's awful. Okay, now moving on to, I think that's it. So in terms of the writing team, okay. So in terms of the writing team, I thought Young and the Restless had a good year, but I thought Days of Our Lives had a better year. Do you remember how last year at the Daytime Emmys, I was like, oh my God, Days is getting so good, right before the show. So I knew that it would be counted for next year's Daytime Emmys. I knew that it wouldn't be good enough to win anything last year. This year, though, they have kept up that level of quality the whole year. So I would give this one to Days, for sure. And then for Best Show, however, I think Young and the Restless actually is going to win for Best Show. Just because General Hospital won last year, and Days of Our Lives is good, but I don't see the Daytime Emmys favoring Days of Our Lives as much as the Soap Opera Digest Awards used to, because they were voted on by the fans. But even still, it's not as high in overall ratings as Young and the Restless. So I think this might actually go to Young and the Restless. Now, one category I would like to see added is Best Fan Events, because I would give that to Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful because they're both run by Kathy Thomas. But I gotta say. Now, don't get me wrong. The GH Fantasy event was good. The GH Convention was good. And I'm sure the fan club event will be good in July. You know how I feel about the Day of Days. But I definitely think that um, that she does such a good job that she should be recognized somehow. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. Girl, I was blowing up that Twitter today. Ooh, I was on fire. Want to know why? Because my laptop had ran out of juice and I was in the air. I was coming from Houston to Vegas. So instead of paying for internet for the computer, I paid for internet on the phone, and I worked the fuck out of this phone, and I was sending all kinds of crazy texts and tweets, and I was getting it. It was great. And you can hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless. You can hashtag Daytime Emmys to talk the Daytime Emmys, any show. You can also hashtag GH to talk General Hospital, because I'm doing that next. And then also, you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And while you're there, if you look around my YouTube channel, you'll see I have a series called Storytime with Angel Benton, where I tell stories about my life. I'm sorry, I need to lift up the camera a little bit. So as soon as I'm done with this series of the Daytime Emmys, I'm kind of gonna. I didn't want to say anything until after the fact, but I'll tell you the plans that I have for this show. So anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free. Oh, I already said that already. Have a great night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.